Yeah.
Good evening, everybody. Like you guys, welcome to Crypto Therapy 589, episode number 6. All right. So, everyone in the chat, everybody online, we have a special treat for you tonight. We have Island Ghost and Spy Crypto here to talk about Cardano, Midnight, crypto, everything. We got my co-host G Money over here. We're going to do it big tonight. Let's go. So, let me do this. Y'all mind if I put like some music on or something in the background? Nothing hardcore serious, something just to try to make it smooth. Let's see, what do we want to do?
I'm easy.
All right, I think we're going to do something like there's a song called we'll use this.
There we go.
Cardano is one of the champions. Midnight is probably going to be the champion. We'll find out tonight. So, if you guys don't mind, and take it between you two.
Fuma, I think you're glitching out with the music in the background a little bit.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Let me make sure I got, and I'm going to tell you another thing that always happens.
It's live.
It's all the other crap running on my computer at the same time, like OneDrive. Let's take that off. How's that now? Is that better? That's a little better?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, Island also. All right, Island. So just introduce yourselves. Island Ghost, Spy. Introduce yourselves. Talk about how you got in crypto. We don't have a time limit. So if we do 4 hours, we do 4 hours.
Oh, gosh. Okay. Well, hello, everybody. Thank you, Fuma and G Money, for having us. So my name's Stephanie, Island Ghost Stephanie. A lot of you guys know me. I'm started out in the XRP community, met Fuma through the XRP bags. Big mentor to me. We started out hanging out in the in the Blue Crew chat, having a blast. And it was, it's been, an adventure. What started me in crypto in general was back in about 2019, 2020, my identity got stolen. And when I say my identity got stolen, it was a cyber attack on our entire island. And that was during the pandemic. And so I had somebody introduce me to XRP. It was an Anon. He was one of those big, QAnon guys. And he lived on the island, had a lot of money. And he's like, you need to get into this decentralized banking and, introduce me to XRP. And so that's how I got into XRP. And while nothing personal, but while a lot of people were streaming price go up, wind moon, charts and pump and stuff like that, I started looking the algorithm on how to build the tech. It's like, I need to figure this out. I'm never going to be in a situation again because I had lost everything. My money was just my fiat was just flying out of the bank faster than I could save it. And so the banks couldn't do anything about it back then. They knew it was happening, but they didn't know how to stop it. Okay. And I was like, go ahead.
Before we continue on, let me ask Spy, what about you? Because we're going to tie this all together.
Okay. So Spy, that's where I started.
Tell us about yourself and how you got into crypto.
I actually got involved in crypto first. I think it's been about a year now. And I did it because my mom has dementia, which is part of Alzheimer's. And I didn't want to, I don't know if it's hereditary, but I was not interested in forgetting things. So I was like, okay. So I started like collecting NFTs and I'm like, okay, so then what else do you do? So then I started going to different spaces, and one of them being Sigma. And that's where I met Stephanie, and she was talking about.
I was gonna go next. How did y'all meet?
Mm-hmm. That's how I met her, through Sigma, and I liked Sigma because Sigma wasn't about, the Lambo and the watches. I mean, they were, but they didn't like talk about it. They were just like, God, how was your day today? And I was like, wow, these are like real people. And so then that's how I met you guys. I met you guys in person, right? The XRP Vegas. Anyway, so that's how I got into it. Zealy Quest, and then and here I am.
So I gotta ask you a question, and G Money, stop me because I will run my mouth.
Oh.
Island goes, you told me you were programming, and I was like, yeah, okay, but I don't think I caught it. I don't think I really caught it like the level you're doing it at. Can you explain that to us?
Well, obviously you guys can see us on camera, and we're not young women, and but we decide, like she said about our break. Well, we're beautiful women, but we're not the typical 20-year-olds coming out of college learning how to code and stuff like that. But for me, the reason I started to do it is because nobody else was doing it for me. Nobody was building it, and I wasn't going to be a victim again of somebody else's, for lack of a better word, ignorance, that they didn't know how to stop it. It wasn't that they didn't know it was going on. They didn't know what was happening, the banks and the fiat and all that other stuff. They just didn't know how to stop it. So I decided to go down that rabbit hole. And my son, my kid, he was in cybersecurity at the time, because I'm like, I think I'm being hacked. And I'm like, kind of freaking out. And he gave me this book. It was like this thick. It was one of his college books. And he circled, chapter 11, social engineering. And he said, that's where your generation is getting screwed, Mom. And it was true, because we're clicking links and mashing buttons, and we had no idea that we were being hacked and that we were being torn into a fake bank account and just giving them all of our information. We didn't know that. We didn't know these things. So that's what made me decide to learn how to become a developer and learn how to building. And I started building on XRPL, and because it moved money real fast, payment solution. And I built like a payment portal solution. And I went to I was supposed to go to my first hackathon. That's a different story, but I didn't make it out to the Apex at the time, but I was chosen by Ripple to be part of the very first crypto for in real life use cases. And I built this payment solution. And back then, XRP was copy paste. You didn't really need to know how to code. It was all open source. So that's how I started. And then I realized quickly that there was no KYC functionality, and that is a problem. And that was a couple years ago. So that's when I started to learn about Cardano and how you can make NFTs become smart contracts. And my algorithm, as everybody else is taking you out the wind moon, mine led me to Charles Hoskinson. And that's when I started learning how to develop.
Okay. Spy, what about yourself?
I just kept learning and went through the Zealy quest, and I spent a lot of time in the legal department. And when I learned more about privacy, I was thinking about the murder case in Idaho that was just recently, well, it happened in 2022, but in 2025, I think in June, they were still doing motions and stuff. But anyway, so I was like, well, that had like 68 terabytes of information discovery. Evidence, and there was no central place for it. And I was thought, like, hey, that's really weird. So I joined the Bill Club with somebody else, and I started building out auto discovery, which it was supposed to start here in Idaho, and that'll be our beta. And yep, that's it.
And Build Club, so that for those who don't understand, this is Midnight. So she joined Midnight. Midnight. She kind of followed me into Midnight, and I kind of got her into Midnight and Midnight Academy. And I became her mentor. She became my mentee, and we have been together since. And it's been a great experience to have somebody. We get into these rooms, and we didn't know words and terminology, and we're like, but we were fumbling around through it together, and it's been, without judgment, because without judgment, like a lot of these developers are like, look at these old ladies out here trying to do this stuff. But we did it. Go ahead.
When I met you guys, I didn't even think that way. When I met Island Ghost, I was like, oh, we got this XRP party. And then she told me she was in the military, and then told me, thank you for the service, and then told me all this stuff. And then she was like, I was a programmer. And then it hit me, but then it was like, Fuma, she on another level of programming. She just not at the desk, But, G Money, I know you got questions. Go right ahead, man. This is
This is all great. I'm just sitting back absorbing. I'm really definitely interested about the Cardano, but also the Midnight journey, right? I'm definitely pro Cardano. So tell Charles he got somebody in me. Thumbs up. But I just wanted to know, like, what was the impetus for going to Midnight, or just creating this Midnight development?
Well, I can tell you for me, because I will be very honest, I'm probably one of the longest. There's maybe about a handful of us that have been developing on Midnight, and I'm one of the longer ones. I've been here for almost 3 years. Most people have only been starting between the 6 month and the year mark of it. And what happened was I was watching Charles. I figured Charles was on to something. And so I started learning Cardano, and I just didn't really understand the language. There was a lot of Haskell in this, and it was confusing. But and I had no friends really in the Cardano community. I was XRP back, I was more XRP. So I'm kind of self-teaching and watching Charles's whiteboards. It was Charles's whiteboards and nonstop. And I mean, he's got whiteboards go back 12 years, and I wouldn't know what I'm doing. And I'm just following along. And I kept thinking, all right, it's going to be Cardano and XRP, because what a lot of people don't understand is it's not going to be one blockchain. They all have to work together. And we're talking years ago, so nobody would believe me. Everybody like, you're crazy, Stephanie. It's Cardano or XRP. It can't be both. And I'm like, no, man, it's going to be Cardano and XRP, because Cardano's got the smart contract capability. It's got the metadata. It's got this, that. And XRP's got the speed and the fast and the cheap transactions. So it's going to work. Well, Charles, I was laying in bed late one night, and I got a notification. It was midnight, obviously. And Charles did a midnight stream, and he introduced midnight to the world. And I'm laying in bed watching this, and I'm listening. And he's talking about this trifecta, this triangle, and how things are going to work. And he's doing this scribbling and this blockchain and this blockchain. And I'm like, I sat up and I said, this MFer figured it out. And I was like, this is what it's going to be. It's going to be midnight. I didn't know what zero knowledge proofs were. I didn't know what ZKP meant, but I believed in the man. I believed in his vision. And so they made an announcement and said, we're going to be taking on a couple hundred people to be part of the DevNet program, DeveloperNet program. And like I said, I wasn't the best developer. I'm all self-taught. And I'm like, but I went in there, I filled it out, and I applied, and I told my story. I told my story about my identity being stolen. I told them about what I was doing pretty much everything I just told you all. And I was chosen out of thousands of people that were applied. They only chose like 200, and I was chosen. And it was the biggest honor of my life. And so I was like, I am not going to let these people down. They took a risk in me. And I didn't know what I was doing. I'm just following the instructions, going through this. And I didn't know when I got accepted into it, it was like kind of like Men in Black, where they're like, they give you a test, and you don't even know you're being tested, and they're watching you. And and I'm like, I'm figuring this stuff out, and I'm doing it. I'm passing it because I was just following the instructions, and I was getting it, and I'd get to the next level, and it would open up a new door, and I get another thing. And 95% of those developers quit because they weren't following the instructions, because they were developers and they know better. And so with Midnight and the zero knowledge proofs, it's a whole new world. And developers are like, we have this thing called a proof server. You got to install it on your local machine. Developers like, oh no, nothing's going on my machine. It's got to go up there. So they just slowly kept filtering it out. And there was about 5 of us left at the end of it. And
wow,
that's amazing. So I want to take a step back real quick, Island Ghost. So for somebody who may be watching right now who doesn't know what Cardano is versus Midnight, can you just break that down for them, or maybe Spy break that down? So for people who just don't know, right? They're getting into crypto and they're hearing this thing called Midnight, they're hearing this thing called Cardano, but what makes them different, and why?
I think of Cardano as the rails and Midnight as the train. Go ahead, Stephanie.
Well, okay. So a lot of people, I'm going to be a little bit more technical. Okay. So Cardano is a layer 1, as we all know, and it has a great blockchain, and it has the smart contracts, which is very important. So Cardano is going to be very important to Midnight as well. Without Cardano, you will not have Midnight. They will be partner chaining. There's no side chain. There's no whatever. There's no bridging. It's partner chain. So Cardano will still be on its own, but you can use the zero knowledge proof, and we'll talk about zero knowledge proofs here in a minute. But they are 2 different blockchains, but they work together. They partner chain together. And so like when I do start bringing XRP into the thing, I will become a partner chain with Cardano to be able to use Midnight. That's how it's going to work. Midnight will be a layer on this with the zero knowledge proofs. Did that help?
Can you, and I'm not even clear on this, can you explain
okay.
zero knowledge proofs?
Yes, that's a tough one. It is a tough one. And it took me 6 months even into the DevNet to understand what they were talking about. And so, I mean, and this is all very new cutting edge technology. So these words that we're saying you might not understand, then that's why we're here. You know, if Spy and I can figure it out, the world should be able to figure it out. Zero knowledge proofs are a way to prove something without revealing the secrets. It's all done with math. It's a mathematical computation. We use something called a proof server, whereas, okay, we're going to get into this about the night and the dust. So with this, if you're holding the dust is your gas that will generate your proof. I have a hard time explaining zero knowledge proofs because it's very mathematical, but the best way to do it is to say something, to prove something without actually having to reveal it. Like if you want to know that I'm 21 years old to be able to buy alcohol, I should not have to give you my ID with my address and everything else. I should be able to just say, is it greater than or less than 21? And the math will show that through the proof server that yes, I am over 21 and I can receive the alcohol without revealing my age. So it's basically a way to prove something without revealing the exactly what the guys are saying in the chat without it revealing.
Oh, go ahead.
So Fuma, this is very close to need to know information.
Okay.
We call it selective disclosure.
Yeah.
We call it selective disclosure and rational privacy. I am selectively disclosing what you need to know. Yes.
Right.
That's why I put that in my thing. Selective. Go ahead, Spike.
I wanted to throw in there that Google Cloud AI, MoneyGram, Telegram, these companies have already partnered with Midnight.
Say it again. We already partnered with Midnight.
MoneyGram. Go ahead. Google Cloud. Go
MoneyGram,
ahead.
Telegram, Google Cloud AI. Let's see what else. There's a lot of them. A bank.
That's huge.
Crazy.
They're not telling us out here. Keep going. Keep going.
Well, there's a lot of them. It's growing exponentially. We've got a bank called Monument Bank. When I say we, when I mean Midnight, the ecosystem. Monument Bank is now using zero knowledge proofs in their blockchain technology, and that's in England. One of the first banks that have adopted this. So that's a big win. It just keeps growing exponentially. The more people are learning about it that are not even in the blockchain industry. People don't. The whole goal of this is at the end of the game is to be able to use this technology that your grandmother can use it and your friends can use it, and they're not even going to be realizing that they're using blockchain technology. It'll be proving hopefully we can get Charles on here down the road, but it'll all be done through your phone, like passkeys. You won't have to store your seeds anymore. Everything will be done mathematically in computation through ZKPs.
Okay. So keep going, G-Money. I know you got more. Keep going.
No. This is just great. No. Go ahead, Spy. I think Spy got something. I think
Spy just likes to dance in front of the camera.
I do. I am very wiggly. I am a perfect reason why people should always smoke. I am very wiggly, but I'm going to be 61 next month. I can't wait.
Happy birthday.
So the other thing I wanted to talk about Midnight is that it offers a lot. I sound like a salesperson. All this is free, but they offer whatever you want to move forward. You may not even know. So I joined Nightforce back in November, December. And what Nightforce is it's the branding and branding awareness and community leveling up Midnight and being like an ambassador. And those are all volunteers. And that's what the Nightforce is. And that's what I was doing. But during the Nightforce journey, they're like, oh, look, there's an elite. There's a way to
Midnight Academy. You started there first.
Oh, yeah, Midnight Academy. And then I was like, it starts with this. What is a blockchain? I was like, oh, perfect. This is my class. So, and you can take it as much as you want. I go back sometimes and look at it. I mean, there's so much I want to tell you. What was that?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Spy and I had all these links ready for you guys.
Yeah, drop the link. We'd like to drop it in the chat.
So let's talk about Midnight Academy real quick. For those of you guys, this is a great. It is so interactive. It's really quick. You can do it in about a day and a half if you're locked in. It talks about the basics. You can go in there with no knowledge of blockchain at all. Like you can bring your Web 2 people in there, your grandma in there, and do this Midnight Academy. And it teaches you about blockchain. It teaches you about the whole thing. You can put it wherever you want. Put it in the StreamYard chat, and then we can share it, and then Fuma can share it.
Hold on, I think I'm going to share my screen real quick, just so you can verify what I'm looking at is it, and then I will turn around and drop it in the chat for you.
Oh, perfect.
Is this it right here?
You got it.
Oh, this man, I didn't know about any of this.
Well, that's why we're coming on here to talk to you guys about it.
We have so much to tell you, so much so that I'm helping build the blocks for the next.
Yeah, we're going to get into that. That's the Leos and the Cardano and the Ouroboros and the new fork chain. We're even working with the Cardano Leos. We're working infrastructure. We're doing it all.
Like a SPO.
Not yet. You're getting there, but we're anyway. We're excited. We're doing the cool thing that we are learning about Midnight is, first of all of this is free. All of this is not only free. You get rewarded for learning the tech. You will be to join the Night Force. If you don't even want to learn the tech and you just want to be part of the Night Force Ambassador program, you can join that Night Force program. And the cool part about the Night Force program is you're learning about Midnight. All you have to do is make some tweets, be an interactive, be a good actor. Be a good actor. That's number one.
Be kind.
And be
so fun.
And then you move up. And then as you go from the recruit to alpha to bravo, when you hit the bravo level weekly, Charles does workshops with us in the Discord for anybody that wants to join.
And you can go up and talk to him.
Anybody can come up and talk to him.
That's amazing. Nobody at his level in the game doing that.
Nobody.
That's that accessible.
Yeah, and this is the thing. The news never talks. I didn't know that.
He loves everybody.
No, because the timelines are just being polluted.
And the Night Force is the backbone.
And if you look in the chat, that is the night. A lot of the people commenting in the chat are our Night Force community. They are here supporting us.
Go Night Force.
Go Night Force.
I didn't know we can all that.
We can. You all can join. Go ahead and give them the Night Force.
And you make so many friends. We just talk about, it's my wife's birthday. I'm going to take the day off, or this. It's like real interaction. It's super cool.
And they come from all chains. We come from all chains. We're chain agnostic, and all over the world. And I never have had such. And we're all good actors because you have to prove yourself. You're not entitled to this. I'd like to, you're welcome to it, but you have to prove yourself as a good actor, period. We're done with the drama. We're done with the trolls. Charles is done with it. We're all done with it. This is time to build, and everybody wants rational privacy. Everybody wants selective disclosure. We all know that our data is being stolen out. There ain't a grandmother out there that doesn't know that their data is not being stolen. I mean, everybody knows that this.
And I'm a grandma.
The point is, they're making it. Midnight's bringing rational privacy to blockchain. Exactly, Fuma, and that is exactly what it's all about. And so, the Night Force is what Charles has started. That's totally his ambassador program. Go ahead.
I take it Charles likes Babylon 5. Does he like Babylon 5?
I think
that's funny. That's about one of the only. Oh, sorry, I got to mute that. My computer.
What's that?
I'm beta testing for Apple right now, and my computer keeps spitting out this robot voice randomly.
Mine are all man voices, so I don't want a girl to tell me. Oh, sorry.
So I take it he likes Babylon 5, right?
He definitely likes Star Trek. I'm a Discovery one myself.
Okay. And the reason why I say that Night Force is from Babylon 5.
Actually, Night Force was brought on by Jack O'Connor. I think came up with that name because he is the lead of Night Force. He's the.
Ask him if he likes Babylon 5, and if he looks at you like, "How did you know?" Be like, "Yeah, a B5."
And we voted. We actually, as a community, voted on that name.
That's a good name, though. It's a real great name. Is there a link for Night Force?
Yeah, I think Jen. I think Spy was going to do that.
Yeah.
If I start clicking buttons, I'm afraid I'm going to kick myself out of here right now.
I want to put that as a scroller.
Okay.
Well, let me talk a little bit more about the other ambassador program. We have a lot of
Gosh,
programs.
there's so much. It's great.
There's so many programs for anybody joins. So was chosen back in October, November. It's called the Elite, ALIIT Fellowship. We are the technical ambassadors to Midnight. We were chosen, handpicked. There's a very, very, very few of us. Our job is to talk about the tech. The Night Force they're not required to so much talk about the tech and whatnot. They don't have to know under the hood. But the Elite Fellowship, I was chosen to be that. It's one of the biggest honors I've ever been. There's only like 10 of us in the entire ecosystem. Anybody can apply for it and become part of the candidate programs. Like, you really have to understand the tech. It's a tech program. Night Force, you don't have to really understand the tech. You just want to be part of the community and get on stage with Charles Hoskinson, because all roads lead to workshops with Charles. And that's a reward in itself. It's to be able to, you guys, if you go to my Twitter account, it's my pinned one. I'm up there talking to Charles Hoskinson, Sebastian, Jem, all of these are like the masters in the industry. And, we're all welcome to be up there and talk to them.
Awesome. So, Fuma can go. Can I round?
Yeah, because Fuma's muted anyway. Go ahead.
No, he's getting the banner up and getting things done.
I'm trying to fix the banner. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. You fix that. Let's talk about the tech. Island goes. So, we had Cardano, and then Charles talked to everyone and said, "Hey, we're launching Midnight, and you're going to get these drops." And it was going to be over a period of time, and it was going to be control release. How is that going? How did Well,
it was really cool. That was the best part about the thing about Night is you didn't have to buy it. All you had to do is like be an XRP holder. They dropped it to 5 different ecosystems. They dropped it to XRP, Cardano, Ethereum, Bitcoin, Solana, and BNB. And all you had to do was hold, I think, $100 worth of your native token to be eligible for the first round of airdrops. And so you just had to go claim it. And a lot of people funded it. You could have gone right, if you're an XRP community member, you could have gone right into your Zaman wallet. You could still go into your Zaman wallet, but the redemption is over, and hit the claim and get the glacier drop. Then for those that didn't claim it, they had the second phase, which was called the glacier drop. The glacier drop is we got to go mine. We got to play with the tech. Anybody could do it, and it was a certain amount of period, so you could go and you could mine this night and interact with it and everything like that. Boy, anybody could do it. People were sitting up there in the library doing it, whatever, and spinning up stuff. So that was cool. All of it was airdropped. Everything. But the way they decided to roll it out, like you were saying, is slowly, a drip, a glacier drop. Because if you just dump out one giant airdrop to a community, we all know what happens to that. Price go up, price go down. So by doing this, and it's randomized, so my glacier drop might be different than your drop, like your day that you get it. And we've had some hiccups. There's been some hiccups on the and I say Midnight has had some hiccups. Midnight has had some hiccups. Just the tech has been, they did stop it a couple weeks ago because of the Second Fi hack, because Second Fi was one of the wallets that were able to claim the drop. And it was not because of Midnight or Cardano, but they wanted to protect the community and make sure that everything was working right while the Second Fi hack was handled. Second Fi is going out of business. It was not related to it by any means, but they put that safety rails up there just for it. The glacier drop started again yesterday, right, Spy? I believe it was yesterday. It restarted. So you can go. So if you had received this airdrop, you can now go back to the glacier drop and start redeeming.
Yep.
It's going okay. So that was
there.
You got that in there too. So literally, No, that's not. Yep. So Spy has given you all of the links that we have talked about right here.
There's a lot of links here. I'm like, oh wow,
dude, we haven't even started that. I think those are everything. We haven't even talked about Ryzen. There's so many programs right now.
Oh yeah, Ryzen. Yep.
So yeah, that's
building chains.
So we're not really here to show the night token, but
we can talk about it. We've been waiting for a while.
Yeah,
no one's talking about it like this. Like we could just do this. I want
to talk a little bit about the night token and why it's so important. Holding night generates the token called dust, and dust is it's dust. It regenerates, and it has no monetary value. However, the cool thing about dust is all you have to do, Fuma, is hold night in your wallet, and it will generate dust. Now, why is that important? Dust is our gas fees, so you don't have to pay any gas fees. So just by holding night, as a developer, for me, let's say I'm building a dApp and I want to use all this stuff, but I don't want the world to have to know about. They don't need to go buy a token. They don't need to go buy this or whatever. I can just hold the night, and it generates the dust, and it will burn itself. It will burn itself and then regenerate. So it's just a way to make it even easier to use blockchain technology without having. Sorry, my computer.
No, that's fine. We don't care about extra voices over here. We'll listen to them all night to get the message.
Car revolving light, police car revolving light.
Sounds like a voice in my head.
Beta testing at its best, man. I tell you.
The checkout lady. You can take your change. Thank you.
No.
So funny. But it's good. So go ahead. There you go. There's your redemption portal. Now the third phase will be coming here soon as well, and that's going to be once the glacier drop is over, and the people that didn't claim the first airdrop or the second airdrop, you will be able. You're going to do a scavenger hunt, and you'll be able. For those that were a little nervous because it was so new, you'll be able to get a chance to get more. You'll be able to get a chance. You'll have a chance to be able to receive night into your wallet on the next one. So yeah, it's all been given to the communities.
That is awesome.
Keep going. Would that be like the midnight accelerate night sky?
No, you're right. That one is going to be the Versal app claim.
Okay.
Glacier drop.
No, that one's it's going to be the redeem one.
Yeah, it's going to be the redeem. See,
the proof tool is when you someone takes your money. That's how you can get it back.
Yeah, don't use that.
That's fine. We'll keep going.
So there's lots of ways to participate in this. So, I know a lot of us in this show, we talk about, the prices and, this, that, and the other thing. Spy and I are starting to get involved with the new, the Cardano side of it it's the most, how do you say it? Musushi Dojo, Laos, the Ouroboros Laos. So Cardano does this thing. They name their forks. When they fork their blockchains, they name it. Okay. And the newest one is going to be the Laos. Laos, they've been working on for like 10 years. And I'm new to the Cardano ecosystems, newer, like on the developer side. I've been building Midnight better. But what we're learning how to do is run a node on the Laos blockchain, which is going to be the hard fork. And it's supposed to bring the speed in the TPS up to like the XRP. We need Laos, yes. So when Laos comes into play, so we're testing that right now. It's pretty cool. Spy hit her first block, produced her first block on a test net, 2 of them. And I mean, that's a big deal, So the goal for us is to be able to run a stake pool. And
Excuse me.
XRP
badge.
So, quick question then: is there going to be like a good push to really introduce this to the masses?
Well, this is it. You got it. We're doing it.
Okay.
So this is how it because so mainnet just launched and we're in a federated state. So we've got time. You guys got time. This is a slow cook, as they say. We're trying all of this stuff that we're talking to you about is coming, and it gives you an opportunity to get into Midnight so many different ways as a builder, as a newbie. If you want to learn how to boot, they now have vibe coding platforms called Mid Skills, where you don't even have to know how to code with Midnight. You can just use this mid-skill vibe coding platform, tell it what you wanted to build, and it'll build it out in Midnight.
Yeah, so let me say this to the chat. Everybody in the chat, I need you to listen to me. When we do the Fuma Boys show or crypto therapy, we always talk about next gen technology or current technology trends on how to use it. I always show people, hey, if you need a certification, you go here. If you want to learn about this to get a job, you go here. Everybody needs to open up their ears and listen to what these ladies got to say. They are giving you a layup. They're giving you a free academy to go learn something.
I actually have a friend that is actually I have a friend that I grew up with who is now taking all of this because she wants a change of life. She's, you get to a point you're tired of it. Yep. She's like, never knew anything about Web 2 or crypto. I introduced her to Midnight Academy and she is locked in, and she is building a resume and a portfolio at RH. And she's going to go for it. She's going to go for a Web3 job, and all of the education that she is receiving from Midnight, and they'll help you.
This is mind blowing. No one else is doing that. I don't even think they did it like this on the XRP ledger.
No, not even.
I'm like, go figure it out on your own, right? And then you had to meet somebody and to touch somebody, and then, oh, I know them. Okay, I know a little about this. This is extraordinary that they're going out of their way to retrain people. It's kind of like when the internet first came out. Do we all remember that? I mean,
well, we call it. You know how you guys all say Web3. We have Charles, and when I say we, I mean the Midnight community, Midnight Network. We've thought about it. It's Web 2. We're at Web 2.5 right now. We are not Web 3 because there is still a lot of holes. The traditional way of bridging is not secure. The traditional way of interacting with websites was not secure. What we're seeing now is privacy enhancing technology, and the AI is actually going to become the secret sauce to it. Using the MCPs, the agents, to communicate and stuff like that. We've got to get ahead of that, and we're learning that, and we're learning that AI is our friend, and it will be part of the equation to make it more secure.
Yeah, so it's going to be more like not just Midnight, but a lot of the things.
The whole world, yes.
It's going to be more of an agent-to-agent communication. And does your agent really know or have some type of registration with this agent to prove that they're that? Right. So it's kind of like.
Well, there's these things now called MCPs. Like when we talk about AI, most of you all understand LLMs, large language models that learn. An MCP is basically, it's got one job. It does one thing. So an MCP kind of will replace like a web browser, but the MCP will talk to the agent and talk to another MCP instead of having that sneaky, backdoor stuff to be able to come in that you can write in script. The agent will be able to prevent that from happening. Yeah, it's a little much. I'll stop. I'm getting a little geeky.
No, that's fine. It's a model context protocol, because as you're saying this, I'm researching at the same time.
I'm so glad, because I can never remember what it stands for.
It's a connection for AI, right? That's to sum it up. It's an AI connection.
And it has one job. It's not learning. You teach it something. That's what it does.
Okay, Mike. Okay. For example, imagine connecting. I'm reading as I go.
Brief slap for the crowd.
Wow.
Model context protocol. Thank you, Angus. Hi, Angus. Look at all these people. I'm looking at the chat real quick. Man, we got some really good people in here. Good to see everybody. It's been a while.
Yeah, we got Huddle Harmony. Maverick's been in here. Fly Kiwi, Angus. There's a lot of lurkers, which is cool. I love the lurkers, man. Lurkers are sitting back judging.
Well, there's also other people watching now. Huddle Harmony. We got a lot of people watching on X and stuff, because I'm streaming to mine and everything.
Love you guys on X. Shout out to you. Spy, were you going to say something? I didn't mean to cut you off.
Sigma. No, I forgot what you guys were saying, but I was going to interject. But this is my thing I'm doing. This is, I keep looking over there. Can you see this?
No,
because the computer.
Background off.
You can turn your background off, but you don't want to ride your dogs.
No, but I also wanted to talk about Night Force, because you were talking about AI, and I'm telling you, in Night Force, where it's the non-technical, one of the Night Force just created his own AI agent that talks to him. Another one is creating a Night Force castle I created a little dApp that, oh gosh, I have to post about Night Force. What's going on? Where do I go to look? And so I created one called, what was it? Night Force Spy, and it's the spy agent. So it'll be like my legacy when I leave, because that's going to be my real name after Monday. And so
Hold on, you're
She
changing your name
literally
to-
changed her name to Spike.
Okay.
She's locked in. She's locked in. She locked in.
Spy Crypto, please. Yes, and thank you, Sigma.
Hold on, did you purchase your crypto domain name? Because you don't want somebody stealing your identity.
Oh,
Oh,
she's got them on. She even has the midnight one. She's got it all.
And I'm
got-
going to get it's going to be IP'd, just for the record.
Nice. So wait, Midnight has their own
Mid names.
mid names.
Mid-name, yeah, for mid-name. No, my real name would be Spy Crypto. That's the one I'm gonna.
But they have crypto domain names, in other words.
Yes, we do have crypto
Oh, yeah.
domain names called mid names. Actually, I was one of the first, and
Oh yeah, let me get that.
when we went live, they didn't announce it to the world that we were live, and I got to be one of the first 10 people to mint my name on the blockchain. I'm a legacy. It says Island Ghost on at midnight.
So when you minted it, can you hold it in your cold storage wallet?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have a cold storage wallet because I don't believe in those things. Oh no, you're talking about the hardware wallets, right?
Yeah, hardware wallet.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. But we're not going to get into that. No, I
Yeah.
put mine in the ocean. We won't go there. Anyway, we like our PGP encryptions.
That's another session.
Yeah, that's for a whole nother
Bring
story.
you back for that one because I got to hear it, right? Because
I get triggered. Yep,
Hardware-
there's mid names. She gave you that stuff.
is it? We'll touch on this very lightly. Then we'll move on. Is it because you're seeing all the vulnerabilities in code now that you're programmed?
I did it before I learned how to code, but that's one of the reasons I learned how to code was because I did plug in my ledger to my computer. I was trying to move. I made a bunch of money on that XR Doge pump, and I had got like I went from $100 to 12,000 XRP, and I was trying to get that off. I thought Simon was scary, so I was trying to move it. It was 12,000 XRP, real like overnight, and I was trying to move it over to my ledger. Plugged it in. My computer started getting hot. Whoa, man, all these crazy noises like airplanes going off. And I couldn't turn it off and plug it fast enough, and that 12,000 XRP was gone. And I threw that ledger right in the ocean right after that.
Ooh.
Now,
All right.
mind you, everybody's experience is different. That was mine. And this was a long time ago. And I do believe they fixed a lot of that now. I think it was now that it's air gapped, I'm just saying I trust my Zaman wallet more than anything when it comes to holding my actual crypto. For my XRP is my, my biggest wallet. I trust that. It's tried and true, and I keep it on an old phone that that I use just for that. I keep it in airplane mode, and I hook it up to the Wi-Fi when I need to make a move.
Where do you suggest people hold their Cardano and their Midnight?
Okay, we use Lace Wallet, and there's a new one called 1 a.m.
Okay,
So, Lace Wallet is built by Input Output Global, and that right now I have not used the mobile browser. Right now, to be honest with you, I'm trying to, because I'm doing so much testing, I try not to have anything on my computer while I'm testing. It's a security feature I might have, because sometimes I'll be hooking up to dApps that might have vulnerabilities, and I test a lot of other things. So I think the Lace Wallet I haven't used the Lace Mobile. Have you, Spy?
Yeah, I've used it before.
Lace and 1 a.m. are the top two go-tos right now for Midnight and Cardano.
Okay.
So, let me get.
You can, that's what and that's my thing. So let's, like we were talking about Cardano. Cardano is a proof of stake. That's a big deal. Midnight's going to become a proof of stake, and I want to become a Midnight validator. That's my main goal. That's always been my goal. I just want to be part of something bigger than me. I'll be, leave my legacy and just show why I was here. So Cardano is a proof of stake blockchain. So that means you have to, as a stake pool operator in the SPO, you have to build a reputation, and that means your tech has to stay running all the time. You have to be a good actor. You have to do that. So to produce blocks, you have to have at least 1 million to 2 million ADA staked with your stakeable operator. So this is the only show I'm going to do, guys, because eventually I do want to become a stake pool operator. So if you all are holding any ADA, eventually, and this is all built in automated. It's automated. So if you were to stake with any pool right now, if you guys have ADA, stake it. You will get rewards. So for me to become a block producing, and you have to have at least 1 million to 2. I was told 1 million a while ago, but I just came out of a meeting and he said, you're going to need 2 million right now to be hitting blocks. And so to even become a midnight block producer, I would have to be a Cardano stake pool operator. It all works together. And then we're going to hopefully onboard XRPL validators. And then, no incentive is the best incentive. This will be a chance for you guys to run a midnight validator node and get incentivized. There's a lot, man.
So
this
hold on.
ecosystem is
Let me
growing.
make sure. $2 million Cardano or $2 million?
2 million ADA.
Cardano, right?
ADA. Yeah, correct. Yes.
Yeah, you need.
And right now it's on sale. And right now it's on. But see, it's a business. A lot of people operate this as a business. Now,
That's not bad. $2,000.
No,
That's not bad.
but the rewards are big. You have to be responsible for it. And I think you get like 300 ADA per epoch that you hit. I'm speaking out of turn on the price.
You get, so it may not be 500, but you get per epoch, it gets bigger versus how we're staking now. Because I don't have all my Cardano. I still have some, and I'm probably gonna go get some more after tonight.
You can't get a better deal right now. You're never gonna remember how Bagman says 10 cents. Please go ahead. Don't tempt me. That's where I'm at right now. And this is the first time in my life I have more ADA than I do XRP.
So Island goes on the technical side, with the whole generating of the dust, right? I know I've been in my little small community of crypto enthusiasts who definitely jumped on the midnight, and we're there on the glacier drops. I know we were talking about, some of us have gotten a replicate registration detected, something like that. So just somebody pinged me, was like, hey, put a bug in my ear, and I was like, okay, I'll ask.
I on it, like I said, I have not been messing a whole lot with the glacier drop, but I can tell you where to go to get the best information for that. Would be the Midnight Discord, the general chat. That is where they really talk about what's going on with the glacier drop and how to help you fix those kind of issues.
Oh, even with the dust too?
Okay, so dust is not going to be generated unless you turn it on. Are you trying to turn it on?
Yeah. So one of the questions was, replicate registration detected.
So they've actually turned it on twice. Okay. And here's the thing: what a lot of people don't realize is, just because you're generating dust, it'll go away. It don't stay forever. So that's what's called dust. So they probably they registered it. They started generating dust. They saw it in their wallet. Probably came back to it maybe a month later and said, "Where'd my dust go?" And tried to re-register it. So that's what they're probably seeing. They don't need to they don't need to re-register it. They just need to make sure that they're being active with their dust. And it's not a big deal. There's no monetary value to dust right now, or there will ever be. But what they're trying to do is, what is it called? Against by the oh gosh, I'm having a brain fart, but
generator.
Where it's going to be like a marketplace where you could basically hold, like, let's say, G-Money, you have a bunch of night. You don't really need dust. You're not a developer. What the hell do you need dust for, right? You could basically lease your night to me because I need the dust.
They're all like, whoa.
It's kind of like a strong ecosystem with power and energy, right? You don't need, I don't need all this power and energy. You can delegate it to somebody
else. That's exactly what it's like.
That is smart to incorporate that.
Yeah, that's
nice. Oh gosh, it starts with a C. It'll come to me here in a minute. Something exchange.
Maverick Mesa says capacity exchange.
Capacity exchange. Thank you, Maverick. Appreciate you.
I take it Maverick is somebody, because Maverick is dropping bombs in the chat.
Thank you very. It's probably one of our beautiful Night Force.
I think it is.
It
Thanks,
probably
man.
is.
Keep dropping these bombs, man. We appreciate you.
It looks like baggy pants, doesn't it? It might be baggy pants. I don't know.
Oh,
Anyway,
hmm.
so anyway, yeah, that's the capacity exchange. So that's in the roadmap to be able to do that. So yeah, you
Nice.
want night and you want to hold it. It's not. I'm not telling you don't trade it, don't sell it, don't buy it. That's not my job. But if you have it, you'll be able to use it to generate dust for other
No,
developers.
no, absolutely. Let me hit the disclaimer. This is not financial advice. This is strictly for education. We're just having a
Yeah.
conversation and dialogue.
And
We're
I
not
really
giving
can't.
advice.
Right. I can tell you how to get night for free. I can tell you why you would want it. And I can tell you how you could possibly make money by holding it. That gives people an incentive to not sell as well by
Yep.
having the capacity exchange.
Nice.
Yeah.
You can create a little financial ecosystem for yourself. Once again, not financial advice.
But
We're
that's
just
the point. They
speaking
want people to make money. Obviously, we're here to make money. There's going to be,
Oh yeah.
I'm building, dApps, 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 whatever you want to call them, to make money. I mean, it's going to make me money eventually down the road.
There's nothing wrong with making a profit.
Yeah, but I volunteer a lot of my time to this community, but that is only because, Midnight is giving me something that nobody else was, and that's peace of mind for my rational privacy and the selective disclosure. When nobody else was there to help me, it gave me a chance to. They gave me a place to feel comfortable and feel safe, and so
Excellent.
for me to volunteer my time to do this, it means it's an honor and a privilege to let people know that any of us can do this. And rational privacy, everybody has a right to rational privacy. Everybody has a right to selective disclosure. And what we're building is called PET, privacy enhancing technology, that will grant people the ability to own their own data, to be able to protect themselves.
You know what? It just dawned on me after you explained all this. What it seems Charles and you guys are doing are enhancing security practices now, so that when purchases go on chain, you will be the one who decides what they saw you purchased and what you didn't purchase.
We can literally shield your wallet addresses with ZKPs.
You see what I'm getting, G Money? Because
Wow.
remember how
On any chain.
you see what I'm saying? Because
But it's still going to be immutable because it's on chain.
yeah, I'm guessing, I don't know anything, no one's told me anything. I'm guessing Charles has been in some meetings where people have talked about, hey, when we get us all on chain, we're gonna be able to sell people's data. And he was like, whoa. And if I'm wrong, I'm probably wrong. I'm just
Well,
speculating.
No,
he'll
that's
tell you.
true,
He'll
because
tell you
the-
that.
He was like, I gotta fix this ahead of
Crypto
time
was
before these
He'll
guys
say
go
that.
in.
He'll tell you that. He's publicly said things very similar to that. Go ahead, Spy, your turn.
The only reason why I know
Oh,
is I've
okay.
seen some of his interviews, and I'm like, just kind of guessing his mindset of, I got to beat these guys to the punch because they're getting ready to do some bad things. So I got to go there now and put this in place, so at least people will have an option.
He'll tell you the story that he was in what's that island, Malta, where when he came up with Midnight, and they were having these conversations like you're saying. Everything on the blockchain is public. That's great.
no.
I don't need to tell you how much Fuma's paying me, but I want to be paid if Fuma's paying me, or vice versa, or McDonald's, or whoever. It's none of anybody's business, but we want that transaction on the blockchain because it's immutable. And that's important. But at the same time, G Money can go see how much I made, and that's none of G Money's business.
Yeah.
And nosy. Yes.
And I'm nosy too. I'm gonna go look. But with zero knowledge proofs, you can still do that. And we have dApps already that we're building. My team and I are building, where we can make a transaction on XRP and our wallet address is shielded with the ZKP from Midnight.
So let me say this to the chat. All of us are XRP holders. So even the people from the Fuma Boys or Cryptotherapy chat, we actually need to champion Midnight, because I didn't know any of this stuff, and I guarantee you nobody else knew it either. we knew it was coming out or some, but nobody.
You all heard Stephanie say, "Womp womp womp midnight, womp 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 midnight." For the last 2.5 years.
Yeah, like Charlie Brown's teachers. Wah, wah, wah. I just wanted to say, that's a good point because everybody wanted blockchain because you could see everything. And now everyone's like, well, maybe no, that's not so good anymore.
Because it became overwhelming when I started looking someone's address up, and I thought it was cute. I was looking at people's addresses like, oh, you got this. I'm like, hold on, somebody's doing that to you.
Yeah,
hold on.
Think about it. You got the traders and the meme coiners and the cell shamers and the this and the that. That's just in the crypto world. Talk about, like you said, I want to be paid in crypto if I work at McDonald's. Charles has a beautiful, I think one of his best videos was the triangle stage. You can Google it. I would love for you to watch it. And he comes out in his McDonald's outfit. And, everybody deserves privacy. Everybody has the right to privacy, but we also have the right to keeping the bad guys from our money. My identity was stolen. At one point, my bank, I was working and my paycheck was going to another person, and I worked for 2 weeks for a company here. They were being paid from a different, payroll company, and I couldn't prove that it was me. At one point I remember telling my son, I'll show them. I just won't make any effing money. And he said, oh, that'll show them. And but it really got to that point, my money was coming out faster than I could make it. And so blockchain was very important to me, but at the same time, our data is being stolen nonstop. Everybody says, oh, but it's free. Nothing's free, folks. You are literally giving up your data when you give them your email and your address. You're not getting nothing for free. But with CKPs, we're hoping to change all that.
Yeah, it is getting to the point now where, your primary email address, you probably have to have like one primary paid for email address, and everything else is rotatable, right? It's just rotatable. Like even because it's just getting so bad. Like I've got like 5 email addresses, and there's just crumbs. I don't want to say there's crap going to every single one of them at times, and it's just like this is just getting bad. I mean, maybe Charles and Midnight Cardano can solve the email problem of the planet, right?
Well, he talks about that. He talks about that with the PGP encryption and stuff like that. So he has plans. One thing that I am really, really seeing, we can talk a little bit about this.
Please.
Fuma, this is what brought me, you asking me, it's like, what is going on with Charles and the Cardano community? Why are they fighting? What's going on? It's just people don't understand the tech. They're like, oh, my the little kid, whatever. And I remember the XRP community attacked him because for whatever. But he really understands, and this is what I love about him, he believes in me, is he understands that XRP needs smart contracts. We don't need I love the XRPL the way it is. All these new amendments that they're trying to change. For me, it feels like they're trying to put a square peg into a round hole. Why screw up something that's already good? With Midnight and Cardano, we can become partner chains with that. Leave our money on the XRP. You don't need to move it anywhere else. Keep spending our XRP. Keep our XRP doing it what we want. But we partner chain with Midnight and Cardano and work together. And he's really excited that the XRP community is, and that's why, he loves me, is because I'm up here talking about this stuff to you guys and explaining there's no tribalism in this. It's not about going in and buying about ADA. It's not about buying XRP. We know XRP moves money fast and cheap. We know this. There's nobody disputing that. But we also know that there's no real clear KYC functionality because we don't have smart contracts and we don't have the ZKPs.
There's no privacy there on this joke.
There's no privacy. There's no privacy. Everything is on the chain. But that's good. So this will give us a chance to work together. And he literally got up on his face the other day and said, Stephanie, you get this working, I'm coming to XRP Vegas next year, and you and I are getting up on that big stage, and we're going to tell the world what Midnight can do for XRP.
We will be there.
Absolutely.
And did it?
I said, hold my beer. I literally said, hold my beer.
Didn't David Schwartz also make a comment that said, yes, I believe in Midnight or something like that? Yeah.
Yeah. So everybody understands that this is important.
Yeah, I think you're dealing with the tribalism, right? When people get stuck and they get the tunnel vision, and they've got the horse blinders on, and they don't want to hear the opportunities because it's like, you just want me to buy ADA. No, listen, this can be that partnership that Island Ghost is talking about. We can work together and still achieve success on both sides. And I think that message needs to just kind of get out there, that it's not one or the other. It's both together.
Go ahead, Fuma. His light bulb went off.
Charles is a smart guy.
You think?
I'm going to ask this, and you probably can't tell me right now. Midnight's going to be used with some other blockchains as well, isn't it?
Oh no, I can tell you, it's designed to work with every blockchain.
Okay.
Didn't they do eight chains for the distribution
Why do you think they did the distribution the way they did?
to see if it worked?
So hold on. What is the distribution? Which one was it? I know it was XRP.
Solana, Ethereum, Bitcoin, Cardano, XRP, BNB.
I didn't know.
That's the best way to find out if it's going to be functional.
And it's already integrated into. Oh, that was another one. Brave is already working with using ZKPs and Midnight. Working with Midnight.
Ooh.
Yeah, Brave, the Brave browser, aka the BAT token.
That token, yeah.
I saw the airdrops. G Money was trying to walk me through. I was like, I'm just gonna leave it alone, man. You doing too much for me. Like, and I love an airdrop. I was just like, oh man.
Did you know that if we had realized that the freaking airdrop, we could have claimed it through the Xamin wallet? We did not push that out fast. That did not get out to the world enough.
Yeah, I know a lot of people were talking about, they were trying to hook up their ledger. They were doing some other things. And I'm like, that
was me.
I quit. Anybody that had the Xamin wallet could do it. Go ahead.
Yeah, I said, follow what wallets they're working with. Best bet,
That's funny.
And it was not a Midnight side. It was the what happened was a lot of these hardware wallets and stuff like that. They were like, okay, we'll do, but we want you to pay us 20 XYZ amount of money to work with them. And Charles is like, I'm not paying you to give away money. If you so that it was not a Midnight thing. They were willing to work with anybody. David literally got on the phone with Charles and walked him through how to integrate the thing into the Xamin wallet. Ritza, they all worked with Charles to be able to facilitate XRPL getting the airdrop. So the best way to get it was through your Xamin wallet.
Yeah, I think at this point we need like a crypto Congress, people like Charles and his peers to just, be in a room and having that consortium where it's like, okay, listen, guys, best if we work together. This is not a competition. We are literally creating, the lack of a better word, the crypto sphere or the crypto universe. Let's do it together.
Sure.
And I've heard Charles say in spaces and whatnot that he would love for David Schwartz, now that he's retired, to become, to work over there and, be a advisor, and help us with that stuff. Like right now, a lot of the dApps that I'm building with XRP and Midnight, I don't have anybody to test it. The Midnight team doesn't know anything about XRP. They're like, well, I guess it works. They don't know, and they need more people to help educate them. They want to learn about XRP. I believe Charles talks about XRP on every single one of his live streams right now.
Can we do something? Just riddle me this. Anytime Midnight or Cardano has an update that needs to be pushed out, do you guys mind just coming on the show and give us the update?
Jesus, that's every day.
We won't do it every day. Okay. Let's say at the minimum of once a quarter. I
would love if you're going to give me and Spy a place to talk. I'm finally comfortable talking about it. I used to be nervous.
And this is a thing where don't let Fuma call you. You can call Fuma. Hey, I need it tonight, Fuma. Or I need a special showcase tonight. Spin it up. And I'm like, okay, really? Money. Hey, we're going to cancel this show over here. We're going to spin it up for the Midnight community, and we'll make it happen for you. See, it's that easy.
And I would love it. I will definitely, I told you I shared this with Charles, and hopefully he'll watch it. And, he sees that we're interested I feel like we could get him in here and he can help us out with a little bit more of these harder questions. And I will definitely get in his ear.
So I have other questions, and you may not be able to answer this, but maybe Charles can for you, and you can relay it back, whatever. I notice he deals with a lot of he has his own companies that deal with gene therapy and manipulation and stuff. Is the plan in the future to put that on the Cardano blockchain? And
I have no, that one I don't know. That one I don't. I do know that Husky token and Hydra, they are doing some stuff with that. That's about all I know.
Oh, because man,
Hydra, I don't know. Dude, my brain can only take so much right now. I mean, when he starts talking about petri dishes playing brains and petri dishes playing video games, that's some next level stuff. But he does have it. He's got it, and I believe that was Husky, Deb, that was doing. I would be speaking out of turn to say if it was.
Man, because I was listening to him on an interview, and I'm like, okay, he spoke about this much crypto, but more this much about data in general, about different projects he's doing and things he's seeing. I was like, oh, hold on, this is a hint for you, Fuma. This is a hint. It's really about the data, storing it in a immutable setting and having a privacy layer on top. You just don't understand how the privacy layer is here or how it's going to get here. This is awesome.
Well, the point is to not make you have to know it. You shouldn't have to know how it's working. You should just be able to use it. You don't want to know. You don't care how your iPhone works. Like it's like stupid people like me that's testing it. It's talking in robot stuff. You just want to be the user. You're paying.
That's not how my brain works. I'm an IT guy,
I'm using you as an example, but you know what I mean.
You know me. I gotta pull it apart.
My example was when I go get my job, I don't ask the girl, how much do you charge? Can I see your contract with, the coffee place, and how much is your take? And so that kind of stuff.
How much is your lease? How much is your lease?
We don't do that.
My brain does.
Yep, I break it up too. Though.
I don't ask. I'm thinking this stuff. Like,
but the point is to make it so that. Dude, I'm the same person. I'm like, wonder what their overhead is for them to be charging $9 for a cup of coffee.
Yeah. That's funny.
G Money's got more questions.
Go ahead, G. I'm here. I'm actually going to go grab something to drink. I'm a little parched, and you guys keep going. I'll be right back.
No. Definitely want to talk. So Spy, being on the brand ambassador side with it, how is it going? One, and then what are some of those creative initiatives that you would love support from, where people we can sing the gospel and get more people eyeballs on, whether it be videos, marketing, support. Please, let's talk about it.
Oh, well, definitely would be to encourage your viewers to join the Night Force. You just apply, you're a recruit, and then you literally do posts about midnight. And like when I was in there, I was like, I don't even know what a midnight is. So I went to midnight.com and I would just take sentences from there and then put a character of me and then just put it on there. And so, so the initiatives for that would be to get more people into Night Force. It is, as Mr. Charles would say, the backbone of Midnight, because we're the brand, right? And the people who level up communities. And so definitely I would have them join the Night Force. If they're a little bit like Mr. Boise and Tech, I would encourage them to go to the Academy, even though the first one is, this is a blockchain. I know it sounds weird, but it's good because when they say that, it's like, oh, okay, I get this story now. So this is the blockchain. Or I guess it's like this, but still. So it kind of gives you an idea of it. And let's see. And then, so you can do that. The building also, the Build Academy, you can come with an idea. The mid skills thing is the same thing. You can go, I don't know how to build, but you know what would be super cool and this isn't done yet. When I'm a cop, I'm an undercover cop, and I'm going to go do testimony. I don't want them to see my face. I don't want them to know my name. Maybe I infiltrated a gang or something, and I don't want them to know who I am. And so things like that, we wouldn't. Anyway, so it would be stuff like that. Let's see. That one's for build. Let's see. The elite program we talked about. And then Night Sky is also a build. If you have an idea and you've been having customers, but maybe you're kind of stuck,
Right.
that one will help you kind of push through it. I like the Build Academy because it actually said, okay, what's your problem? What's the problem you're trying to solve? Is it
You
your
keep calling
problem
it
you're
Build
trying to
Academy,
solve?
but it's Build Club.
Build Club.
Midnight Academy is just you go in there and that's just a self-taught, self-paced. You get a certification. You actually get certifications. You got Build Club, or you got Academy 101, 102, 103, 104. And when you get to 104, you actually are developing on it. But what she's talking about is the Build Club, and that was a big deal. We got chosen to be part of Build Club, and Spy was chosen to be part of Build Club. Explain Build Club a little bit, Spy. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, Spy.
Oh, I was just going to say it was more like I was the domain expert. Again, I just knew the subject matter. I didn't know anything else about what the back end or front end is. I didn't even know there was one. And so, and that was Build Club. And so what they help you do is they match you. And I had a partner who was more like the developer guy, but I ended up doing both. But the cool thing is they talk you more through your problem and your solution, so you can make sure it's not just yours. So you can make sure there's really, a problem. For example, one of them was an airplane log. So I've never owned an airplane, but apparently when you do own an airplane, there's no log of maintenance or anything. So one of the guys developed that. And while he was developing it, the pilots were like, well, hey, can we get a pilot's log too? And so Build Club really makes you think, and it pulls it out of you, and that's why I liked it, because it was like, oh gosh.
So what they did was they digitized the aero logs and the pilot logbook for the flight hours,
and then use CKPs to keep the privacy part of it.
Yeah,
Well,
so I have a license.
You have planes? You know about planes?
Yeah, I have a pilot's license.
Oh yeah. So tell me.
He knows just a lot of it.
No. So would
And
you
I was in
use?
charge of the datacom program for cybersecurity? But go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
You need to do Build Club.
well, Build Club isn't chosen. You have to be chosen to be part of Build Club. You did not. That this is one of the harder rewards. It's lots of people are applying for Build Club, and Spy and I have been very blessed to be part of it, and they do weekly things. So they kind of need you to, but you can apply for it, but you have to have an idea. You definitely have to have a very good idea at minimum, and a developer that's willing to do it.
I'm gonna have to say this just for right now, because I have some very positive things going on right now. I can't talk about anything aviation related for another 2 weeks, and I have to stop there. We can talk more aviation, but until then, I'm gonna be quiet.
Did you look at the one that the gentleman created? It's the night. If you go into Midnight Network, and I think it's in the ecosystem one. I'm not sure, but when your 2 weeks is up, let's talk. That's
yeah. Give me 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Well, Spy, as you can see, Fuma's severely technical. Right?
Yeah,
That is awesome.
I really want to go in right now, but I'm like, no, let me finish all my paperwork.
Fuma, I can seriously, Fuma, I
You
can
can do
seriously
this?
see you doing this after, like, do the Midnight Academy. Do the Midnight Academy, get that under your belt, and then apply for Build Club.
You'll do it in a day, if even a day.
So
Yeah, you can really do it because you'll understand it. They want to see that you have at least interacted with the chain before they even,
so I'm an advocate for education and helping those, as well as to educate the younger folks, right? So
This dude has apps on.
Yeah, I've done.
Got a company that keep going. Sorry, I'm sorry.
I've done education for children, K through 12 apps and things. So real games that they learn, not just move. They actually learn it. And so my question, Spy, with the whole brand ambassadorship, is there anything where that
Education
that can go to kids and expose them to blockchain, expose them to Midnight, expose them to Cardano in a way where they can understand and be explained to, so they can get energized and they can have those wheels spinning about the future, crypto, Cardano, Midnight, etc.
Yep. Yes. So the Night Force, has different specialties. Like some people do LinkedIn, some people do Reddit, and there's one that's education. I know he does mostly universities, but this guy, I've never heard anybody so passionate talk about education and onboarding with crypto and learning it. He's a university professor, actually.
Yeah. Okay. So to be at Night Force, you have to be 18. They do. So that is thing. But G Money, we do have a new program that Midnight has a new program that just started called the Ryzen, that is from beginning to end. That does not have an age cap. I don't believe. Is Ryzen 18?
I don't know, but it is in there, and it's $8,000 giveaway.
Prizes.
Right, and like for instance, there's 6 levels, and I'm still on 1 because I had to redo it. Go ahead.
Can I show my screen? Because actually, I was already going to ask you about that, and I have it off screen. But
Let's go. Let's talk about it.
You need to do that. That's perfect, because they say this is how you set up your developer environment. You must have this, and this. Yep.
Okay, go ahead and talk about it, because I had this up for a minute and I've just been waiting.
Okay. Scroll down and find out at the age limit on it. I think this might be the one that you might want to use, G Money. I don't. Who does it say? Does it say who is eligible to do it? I think. Look, I'm scrolling like I'm on a scroller. I don't think there's an age limit.
I will say this. So
let me blow it up a little bit so we all can see. I can't see.
I meant it for G Money to do it. I meant it for him to do it. So
he was asking for who he could teach his kids, or like
mid skills. He could teach him mid skills.
Well, he was saying what is available through the Midnight for the younger generations.
To expose maybe high schoolers, junior high, and start getting that young generation excited.
Hackathons.
MLH Hackathon is open to all age groups. That's going to start on July 17th. Then we call it a hackathon, but it's really an educational program.
Don't stop from that one yet.
Yeah, that one would be a good one.
Finished talking,
yeah, that's that. We're gonna let her talk about that, but I would definitely look into the MLH one. I'll pull that one up. I've got it actually right now.
And it's not Major League Hockey like I thought.
It's Major League Hackers, but that one is open to that's open to all ages. I remember the first time I did an MLH one, I was competing against 14-year-olds, and they were kicking my butt.
Well, I wanted to tell you something about this one. I know it says that it ends July 31st. So there's 6 levels. And for instance, I'm on 1 and I missed something. So I had to resubmit. But for instance, if I'm not done by the 31st, I can join the August one and start at whatever level I left off on and continue on. So it's not recommended to hurry up and do them, because if you do, then you don't get the prize. You don't get a prize from that month. Like if I did all of them right now, I wouldn't get the 2nd level prize. I wouldn't be qualified for any of them because I'm already on 6 or whatever. So I would kind of stay within the date lines. They use a WhatsApp for interacting. It's very active. Somebody will ask a question or paste something, and the mid-skill guys are in there just answering. They give you like links, or they'll give you screenshots, but they are so helpful. I've never met, like I told you my age, and in my entire life, I've never met a group of people that are so helpful. I would try that one. Mm-hmm. Anyways, that's me. Did I answer your questions?
No, absolutely. Yeah. Okay. My whole thing is when it comes to education, I'm always looking at the next generation.
Yep. Our leaders, future leaders.
How to expose them, what's that entry point, right? Maybe they're not programmers, but how do you get them that general knowledge to then take the next step forward, to then say, hey, maybe I want to do the programming on the blockchain. How do I get them there?
I definitely mid skills, because mid skills is, I want to set up my environment. Push this template. I gave it to you right here, and it was actually a build that these guys did. Did I give it to you? Yeah, mid skills. No, I gave you mid name. Yeah, right above their mid names is mid skills. That is any age. That's the one that Stephanie and I did. We're in on. It's on my pin post on my X if you need to look at it. But
Mid
I would
skills is
start-
actually mid skills is an AI. It's great if you for the younger people that are learning AI anyway.
Oh, that's right, because you can talk to them.
You can talk to it. So if you want to
Prompts.
pull up mid skills Fuma, this is a really good one, and this is for all ages. And it was built by part of the fellowships, the ambassadors. It was not built. It was just built by like me or Spy, and these guys came from Monera, you know, and they've only been doing it for about 6-9 months. So basically, what it is, it's like a cursor or a Devon or a Visual Studio Code, but it's only for Midnight, to develop with Midnight, and you don't have to spend a fortune like whereas some of these other ones you're gonna have to pay for Claude and all of this other stuff. This one will be a really good intro one, and it's free, and they could literally learn AI and Midnight all in the same time. And
because they have to prompt it, and they'll learn by prompting correctly or not, and that's how they'll learn. Oh, it's going to be so cool. Really,
I'm having
you have a blockchain club.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Do you have a blockchain club, G Money, at your school?
Oh well, no. I'm always looking to expose the youth to things. So just having that opportunity and then being.
He brought up a good idea, and I'm kind of putting 2 and 2 to what Spy was saying about the Rod in the Midnight University group. We should get G Money into the Night Force and start a program for the youth.
Oh, yep. You want to do that? I think that's really
You
good.
want to be a part of that? We'll get you in. We'll lock you in. You'll be meeting up with Charles and everything. And look at you.
Definitely.
So apply for the Night Force. Use Spy as your referral link because we get points for that.
G Money tell you he's a software guy, that he has built software and deployed it out.
Well, I know he's asking the right question, so I figured he understood what we were talking about.
Education apps.
G Money, you use mid skills, and you won't even know. You'll be so locked in. You'll be so locked in. You are like
John's IT guy. I'm the troll trudger IT guy, right? I do the jobs nobody wants. Famous, walk in a room, clap. I'm like, that security guy, I hate him. That infrastructure guy, I hate him. That's me. He's like, oh, that's a software guy. He's a beautiful genius.
No,
that's funny. Good team.
I think we covered a lot.
Yeah, we did.
Great. If you guys want to round it up, we could. I'll let you guys. You guys want to do the send away? We'll close out, and let's say we do another thing in 2 months. Can we?
I'm fine with once a month if you want. This is good practice for me, and I'm comfortable with you guys.
Don't tease me with a good time now.
I'm sure because
no. Once a month is good for me. Because it's, believe it or not, we're kind of required as ambassadors to do things.
Oh man!
And so instead of me going on to spaces that I'm not comfortable with, this is a good place for me to. I know Fuma, I know G Money, I forgot I met you in Vegas, didn't I, G Money?
No, he wasn't there.
I wasn't there yet. I was there in spirit. He's been trying to get me for years, and I do the
Well, next year you're coming because I'm gonna be on that main stage with Charles, so you better be there.
I will be there.
When you first met me, he was supposed to come. Remember when you picked me up at the MGM? He was supposed to come with me, and he didn't. He's like, "Nah, I'm not going." I'm like, "Bro, come on, I'm going."
That was the best one we had. That was the best one we did.
2027, I'm here. I told him I'm there. I'm not missing anything after.
That moon party was a blast. Layla had her bag packed. Remember, my dog was hanging out at the party. She made it on the video.
Yeah, man. Like I said, I've known G Money. I've known Island that long. Like
2023.
I really interact with. Yeah, that was 2023.
Mm-hmm.
Man. Yeah, and then,
the beginning of 2023, the very beginning of it.
Yeah, so it's funny.
Real quick, Fuma, let me just give them the backstory. So, Fuma and I go back a long time. When I mean long, 20 plus years.
Wow.
We had no clue we were both in crypto until it was like a random conversation, and it came up in an investment group that we were in via text. And I think he either said something or I said something, and then my eyes opened. And then I text him on the side. It's like, "You're in crypto?" He was like, "You're in crypto?" I'm like, "Yeah." Then I was like, Then I was like, which one? He was like, XRP. I said, stop it. And then we started going on this 88. I'm like, stop it. XLM, stop it. And we just started going on. And then, we talked about doing this type of, forum for years. And, he took the ball and ran with it. And I was just on the sideline like, oh, thumbs up. So I always watch him for it. And I'm like, I'm coming. And I'm like, okay, you know what? He was like, it's time. Stop playing. He's like, you've been with me in the shadows.
Well, we're going to Rare Evo. We're going to Rare Evo
that's so
in 3
cool,
weeks.
G-Money.
And there's an XRPL community booth. You can come to Rare Evo. That's Cardano, XRP. Midnight's not going to be there this year.
And it's free.
It's free this year.
Can we get a listing of that? I'll start advertising that, and I can put that out there. Whatever you guys want on this channel, I can put out for you. Like, especially if you got ads or something, or just I want to call flyers or whatever. I'll put it out. We don't care here. We're cool.
I'll find the Rare Evo information. But XRP is actually doing a community
cool stuff.
Yeah, that did make me happy too, G Money. We're going to get you into the Night Force, and you could definitely. So that's the cool thing about Night Force. Once you get in there, they want you to bring your ideas, and they want you to say, "Hey," like for me, I'm the XRP community girl, but Spy's got her things that she's doing with Night Force, and there's people that go do in real life meetups and talk about Midnight, and they sponsor us and they help us and they give you the material and all of the education. I have not yet once heard anybody bring up the youth and the youth.
And I do meetups at the library.
She does
it's free parking and it's safe and they provide a big space, and I mean, library's awesome. So
I put it in the comments. I didn't mean to put it in the comments. Here's in the chat. But I appreciate you guys having. We talked about a lot.
Yeah. And that's what happened. Good times go by so quick. Like you would think an hour and 30 would drag, but not. I mean, you both were awesome.
I used to get so nervous doing this too. So I appreciate y'all.
All right.
This was a reason why I didn't want to be in front of the camera. He was like, get in front to talk. I'm like, no, I'll help you set up. I'll do things on the back end. But I understand. And Spy, we got to get together on midnight. I'm jumping on the course. My goal is to have it done this week.
So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go into the Fuma Boys Excel document that we have. It's called the sauce. And in the sauce, I have a Excel spreadsheet for people on how to balance out their crypto, like basically track their money, their projects. I'm going to make all these links a tab on there for the Midnight Cardano community. So if anyone's like, hey, what did they cover? Right? Like I can say, hey, go look into the sauce on all the shows. If you look on that OneDrive in the sauce, that Excel document, it's going to have all the links you guys gave us, because team out there's stuff we did not go over. I'm looking at it right now. So we're going to have doing this. So
we're just getting started. I mean, Midnight is just, we're shipping, and we can have a developers chat. We can have, I mean, there's so much we can talk about. We've got Build Club. We've got Night Sky. We've got Ryzen. There's opportunities on top of opportunities on top of opportunities, all free, because they want you to build. They want you to get this education. By doing so, eventually you might build the $1 billion app and it'll make them money too. So, I mean, it's all going to win. It's a win-win.
So, Stephanie, this is what we're going to do. We're going to close out.
Okay.
You are going to do a solo and say the closing statements for the show. We're just going to disappear. And you're going to do it?
No.
No.
No. Oh, my gosh.
All right. So we're going to let you rock it out. And then when you say, I'm done, I'll bring this back on and I'll close it out officially. All right, here you go. Here's your moment.
Hi, everybody. I really appreciate you joining us tonight. I've had a great time with crypto therapy. We learned a lot today. Fuma, G-Money, thank you for having us. If you all are interested in learning about Midnight, check out Fuma's links. We got midnightnetwork.io or midnight.network. Lots of good things to do. I really appreciate it. Join us at Rare Evo. Things are coming. You can find me on X. You can find me in the Midnight Discord. You can find me anywhere. And thank you for having me, Fuma. That's it.
All right, y'all. We're going to see you guys once a month. That's hands down. We've got the calendar. We'll do a one thing. Spy, do you want to take us away with anything?
She's so silly.
Bye, everybody.
All right. Everybody have a great night. Ladies, stay on the stream. G-Money, stay on the stream so we can talk afterwards.
All right, family.
All right, good night.
Thanks for joining us on Cryptotherapy 589. If you clicked like and subscribed, you're officially part of the Smart Money crew. Don't forget, we're here every week with fresh insights to keep your crypto game strong. Until next time, stay sharp, stay decentralized.